How many hours do you spend on social media each day? Have you ever stopped to think about the impact this might have on your life? In today's digital world, social is an essential part of our daily routine. But with this constant connection comes a growing problem: social media addiction. It's a problem that affects both adolescents and adults. It affects mental health, identity, and behavior are becoming more and more apparent. In this presentation, we'll discuss how social media addiction develops and psychological and biological factors at play. What steps can be taken to address this issue and reclaim control over our digital habits? The role of dopamine and addiction. To understand why social media can be so addictive, we need to first look at how it affects our brain. Social media platforms are designed to keep us engaged, often through the use of notifications, likes, and comments. When we get likes or other forms of validation on our posts, our brain releases dopamine, the feel-good neurotransmitter. The release of dopamine creates a sense of reward, which in turn makes us want to seek out more of this validation. This cycle becomes especially potent for teenagers whose brains are still developing. The constant craving for likes and attention can significantly affect their self-esteem and mental health. Social media platforms exploit this biological response to create a loop of dependency. Users feel increasingly compelled to check their phones for notifications and updates. Over time, this dependency can spiral into an addiction, with users feeling a constant need for emotional satisfaction from online validation. As social media becomes habitual, it takes a toll on mental health. This is especially true for young people who are still developing their sense of identity. The quest for likes, comments, and followers can create unhealthy dependence on external validation, causing a rise in feelings of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. In fact, research shows that social media addiction is directly linked to increased levels of social anxiety. When we constantly compare ourselves to the curated, idealized lives of others, it's easy to feel inadequate. According to a study by Shaba Hang, excessive social media use has been shown to increase social anxiety, particularly among young people. They may feel isolated or stressed, even though they are seemingly more connected. This creates a vicious cycle. The more we rely on social media for validation, the more anxious and disconnected we become in real life. As we scroll through our feeds, we often compare ourselves to others, whether it's their success, appearance, or lifestyle. Social media has created an environment where people curate and present only the best parts of their lives, often leaving others feeling inadequate in comparison. Sweeney conducted research that shows how constant exposure to the idealized portrayals of other people's lives can lower self-esteem. When we measure our own lives against these carefully crafted online personas, we may feel as though we are falling short. This kind of comparison can create feelings of loneliness and dissatisfaction as we struggle to reconcile our real lives with the perfect lives we see on social media. This dependence on external approval from likes, comments, and followers can take a huge toll on our mental well-being. It leads to stress, anxiety, and depression, and as we place more value on virtual approval than on real-life relationships, it only heightens. The biological factors behind social media addiction are crucial to understanding why it's so hard to break free. As mentioned earlier, social media platforms are designed to trigger dopamine releases, which create a sense of reward. This dopamine rush becomes a powerful motivator for continued use, reinforcing the desire for more validation and feedback. According to Mishra and Kumar, this release of dopamine is part of the brain's reward system. Each like or comment we receive provides an instant gratification, making it difficult to resist the urge to check social media. Over time, the brain becomes conditioned to expect this dopamine rush, making it harder to focus on non-digital tasks. This cycle of seeking validation can cause us to spend more and more time online, reinforcing addictive behaviors and diminishing our ability to focus on real-life activities. So, what is the goal and what is the remedy for this? Breaking the cycle, digital detox, and mindful use. While social media addiction can seem overwhelming, there are steps we can take to regain control. One of the most effective strategies is a digital detox. According to Patel and Singh, setting clear time limits for social media can help individuals avoid excessive scrolling and screen time. Turning off notifications is another important step to reduce distractions and curb the constant impulse to check for updates. Establishing a designated social media free time, such as during meals or before bed, can help create boundaries and foster healthier habits. Engaging in offline activities like physical exercise, reading, or spending time with loved ones can also reduce the reliance on digital validation. By gradually decreasing screen time and replacing it with more fulfilling offline experiences, individuals can regain control over their routines, reduce stress, and improve overall well-being. Social media is a growing issue with significant consequences for our mental health, relationships, and overall well-being. By understanding the psychological and biological factors behind addiction, we can take steps to break the cycle and engage with social media more mindfully. Whether it's setting boundaries, taking breaks, or engaging in offline activities, there are ways to regain control and promote healthier relationships with technology. As we continue to navigate the digital age, it is crucial to prioritize our mental health and strike for a balance between our online and offline worlds. Thank you.